Happy Sunday, everyone. Today we saw another day of cool temperatures and clear skies. Now, we're still not seeing any activity on our live storm tracker Doppler radar, and that's going to continue for the rest of this evening and into tomorrow as well. However, tomorrow we are going to be a little bit warmer. We're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 70s as opposed to the lower 70s. That was your forecast first, and you're watching NBC 10 News at 10.
Live from the NBC 10 Broadcast Center, this is your weather station. Voted Best of the Delta and Best Newscast and Weather by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters. This is NBC 10 News, live at 10.
Well, coming up, homecoming festivities at Grambling State canceled due to an early morning shooting, leaving one dead.
I'm in fear for my life because I had to keep looking over my shoulder.
And reactions from alumni and students. We have team coverage with all the details. Hello and thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Jeremy Harrell. Topping our newscast tonight, one dead and several others injured after an early morning shooting on the campus of Grambling State University. NBC 10's Jesse Davis has the latest.
2 people gunned down. Multiple people still recovering from gunshot wounds. This homecoming weekend at Grambling is now shut down.
A mass shooting on campus. 8 people shot, 1 fatal during Grambling State University homecoming weekend. In this video taken moments after, you can see a crowd running for safety and others picking up victims, carrying them out of the line of fire. This chaos has now canceled homecoming weekend.
We know for sure that 1 is critical. And the other 6 are non-life-threatening. At this point, we have no suspect information for this shooting. Now, the shooting that happened Wednesday morning, we do have a suspect.
This shooting is the 2nd shooting in just a few days. Another shooting took place on Wednesday, where 1 person was killed and another injured.
There's only 1 student that was a victim in the shooting last night. Now, shooting Wednesday morning or Tuesday night late, that was after midnight Tuesday night, there was no students involved in that. Okay. So out of everybody that was shot in all the incidents, only 1 student was involved or a victim in either one of these cases.
We had a parade in the morning. We had a tailgating. We had a football game that we won. There were other activities. They were preparing for a breakfast when this occurred. So again, there was this whole day of activities that occurred without any problem whatsoever. No one is more concerned than I am right now. Our students come here for an education, and far too often it's outsiders who have created these situations that have put life and limb in danger. That's not why we're here. That's not what we're about after 120 years.
I mean, this is Grambling State University. It's everybody in other states, other countries know the history and of Grambling State University.
This is the time of year where visitors from all over the country come here to Grambling to celebrate homecoming with them. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, and we will make sure to keep you updated on myarklamiss.com. Reporting in Grambling, I'm Jesse Davis for your weather station.
Well, continuing our team coverage tonight, NBC 10's Valerie Maravi spoke with alumni and students who say they were scared for their lives.
Witnesses tell me they heard multiple gunshots coming from different locations in this mass shooting. Now, people who were actually here last night only tell me one thing.
I'm in fear for my life because I had to keep looking over my shoulder. It's like I just gotta run. I just gotta get somewhere dark, hide behind it. Like, I literally went back there and hid behind a bush. I was so scared. I did not know what to do. I didn't have anybody with me. I was so scared. Like, I left the whole group of people I was with. I just took off running.
What went through my mind is, first, I was worried about my safety and others as well. First instinct for me is just to get away, just to run, all that.
Other witnesses tell me members of the Omega also helped carry 2 victims with gunshot wounds on their legs and back.
I don't feel safe, and I'm just going to put it out there that Grambling police need to do better. Y'all not supposed to be running with us.
I think I'm just going to stay in the house until I feel like it's, yeah. I'm going to just party in my room because I can't. I can't do that.
As for now, many students who didn't want to be on camera tell me they're still upset and scared for what happened last night. They say they hope the school can reinforce more security moving forward. Reporting in Gremlin, I'm Valerie Moravi, your weather station.
Well, new information tonight. LSU football head coach Ed Orgeron will not continue as the team's head coach in 2022. Our sports anchor Dominique Williams is here in the studio with more.
Yes, I can tell you right now that LSU and Coach Ed Orgeron have reached a separation agreement that will result in Orgeron not returning to coach the Tigers following that 2021 season. According to Sports Illustrated's Ross Dellinger, Orgeron, who won a national championship at LSU in 2019, is expected to finish the remainder of the season as the team's coach. While this development comes less than 24 hours after the Tigers upset Florida 49-42 at Tiger Stadium Saturday night, Sports Illustrated reports that the move had been in the works since last week's loss to Kentucky. Orgeron has led LSU for the last 5 full seasons after being promoted from his role as interim coach in 2016. Here, Coach Orgeron in a post-game interview after LSU gets that win over the Florida Gators Saturday night.
These guys all week, I felt like they were going to play very well. We knew it was going to be a battle. They came to fight today. That's our motto. We're going to fight. We're going to fight the rest of the season, one day at a time, one game at a time. And they did a tremendous job.
LSU is 9-8 overall since that championship win, with a 2-3 record against Power 5 opponents this season. Overall, it is 49-17 since 2016 when Orgeron took over as interim coach.
Thank you, Dominique. The Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office is also investigating another shooting that left one dead and another seriously injured. The incident happened overnight at Peachland Mobile Home Park on Highway 80. The department is asking anyone that may have information pertaining to this crime to please contact the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office at 318-251-5111. Information can also be submitted to Crime Stoppers. Just text a tip to tip 515 plus your message to crimes 274-637. A Monroe man has been arrested on 23 counts of monetary instrument abuse and multiple drug charges. Police arrested 48-year-old Alan Blunt on the 3200 block of Dick Taylor Street in Monroe. Agents found an undisclosed amount of heroin, marijuana, ecstasy, Xanax, other drugs, a handgun, and a printer that authorities say was used to print counterfeit bills. Blunt was booked into the Ouachita Correctional Center on 23 counts of monetary instrument abuse, resisting an officer, attempt and conspiracy, illegal carrying of weapons, multiple counts of CDS, possession, and distribution with intent to manufacture. Well, coming up on NBC 10 News at 10, Fox 14 is adding a new show on weeknights at 6:30 p.m. starting tomorrow with anchor Stephen Pappas. Plus, members of a U.S.-based Christian ministry were kidnapped while visiting an orphanage in Haiti. You're watching NBC 10 News at 10.
If you're going to make one call, make it count. Call Creed & Creed today.
Do you have what it takes to be Beast of the Week? These guys do. Make sure to tune in every Thursday on NBC 10 and Fox 14 to see who you chose to be Beast of the Week.
Watch NBC 10 News at 6 and 10 every Thursday to see this week's Beast of the Week. Sponsored by My Rose Restaurant.
Hi, KTVE. It's Brittany Bree, and I am on Team Legend this season on The Voice. I'm excited to be representing Monroe, Louisiana. Thank you for your support, and be sure to keep watching the show.
I'm Attorney General Leslie Rutledge with a public service announcement about the COVID vaccine. Like you, I'm tired of the mask. Kids not in school, people not at work. But I'm sick of going to funerals. No one should be forced to get the shot. It's about personal responsibility. I got the shot this spring.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
Know the facts about the vax.
Get off Google and talk to your doctor.
Over 90% of Arkansans who have died from COVID did not get the shot. Know the facts about the vaccine.
Buy Browning, the best there is, while the hunt is on at Simmons Sporting Goods. Experience excellence with a Browning A-Bolt 3 Stalker, only $549.99. You can't lose with a Browning Maxis or A5 Wicked Wing shotgun, your choice, just $1799.99. Get your limit with a Winchester SX4 Waterfowl 3-inch 12-gauge shotgun, now $899.99. We're open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 6 and noon to 5 on Sunday. Get 24 months same as cash or shop SimmonsSportingGoods.com.
We stack them deep, sell them cheap at LA Auto Sales. Cars starting at $4,995. Financing and warranties available on most vehicles. If we don't have it, we'll scour the country to find it. A family business since 1991, and customer loyalty is #1 with us. $500 off when you mention this commercial, and an additional $250 off any advertised price on the website for military and first responders. 3 locations on Louisville Avenue to better serve you. Free delivery within 200 miles. Lots of cars with low miles, low monthly notes. Shop online 24/7 at laautosales.org.
NBC 10 News at 10 continues.
We are now joined with Stephen Pappas, who has a little special announcement for all of us. Stephen, tell us a little bit about the new show that's coming to Fox 14.
Yes, so we're actually going to be starting a 6:30 newscast. It's going to be on Fox 14 starting Monday, October 18th. It's going to be me. It's going to be Walker Snowden doing weather. It's just going to be a good time, a nice young group of people on
dynamic duo over there.
Exactly, a little dynamic duo, and it's a little different than some of our other newscasts, the 5, the 5:30, and the 6. You're going to see a lot more dynamic movement throughout the show. It's not just going to be sit at the desk, stand at the plasma. We're going to start the show a little differently. There's going to be little things here and there within the show that are going to be a little bit different, and I think it should really be a nice kind of, it's obviously going to be news, so it's going to be something that's very informative, but it's also going to be something that, that you really haven't seen before, especially here. It's going to be something a little different, and I'm really excited to start.
That's cool. I'm excited too. I might have to stay up to watch it. You know, I'm on the morning show, so I can't really stay up till 6:30, but I probably will just to see it. Maybe just on Monday.
Fair enough.
So talk a little bit, what are you most excited about this new show?
Yeah, I got to be most excited about just how different the show is, and I know I just mentioned it, but it's kind of the big deal of the show. It's the fact that we're going to be having these subtle movements. They're going to look subtle, but it's going to be, you know, moving onto the plasma screen. It's going to be walking around the studio, showing you a little bit more of an in-depth look of what the studio is, what we're doing here, and it's something that, you know, like I said, you haven't really seen before here yet, and I'm really excited to get it started.
Perfect. And then last thing, if people don't know who you are, I mean, maybe they know your face, but they don't know much about you, give us 3 or 4 little tidbits about you, where you're from, how you got here, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey, just graduated college in May in Connecticut. Had our wonderful news director, Rick Boone, reach out to me in March, and that's how I ended up down here getting the job. Huge sports fan, baseball, hockey, football, anything you could really talk about. That's kind of who I am as a person. I'm not a very complex person.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, and that show does air on Fox 14 this Monday, the 18th at 6:30, right there. 6:30 with Stephen Pappas. You don't want to miss it.
Well, 17 people, including children associated with the U.S.-based Christian Aid Ministry, were kidnapped in Haiti Saturday. The Ohio-based group was in Haiti visiting the orphanage when the kidnapping took place. Now, Haitian authorities say the group behind the abductions is one of the most dangerous criminal gangs in the nation. The same criminal group was blamed for kidnapping 5 priests and 2 nuns earlier this year. Well, weather is next. Meteorologist Brianna Medina is here. She'll have your full forecast after the break. You're watching NBC 10 News at 10.
Arclimus weather is always changing. That's why NBC 10 News is always watching it.
We're here when you need us.
Giving you the most accurate forecast.
Anytime, on any screen.
So you know how to prepare.
NBC 10 News is your weather station.
Have you seen foam lift concrete? With LevelTech, we can fix sinking concrete easily with polylevel foam. The foam fills the empty spaces under the concrete to raise it in place. No more tripping on sidewalk. Just call LevelTech. Level out that ugly concrete situation with polylevel foam from LevelTech. Raise your property value and decrease your chance of injury with level concrete. Don't replace it, raise it. Call LevelTech Foundation and Concrete Repair today for a consultation.
The Mulherns value the relationships built with families in our community. Our grandparents taught us to treat every family we serve as if they were part of our own. For over 90 years, we continue serving families with that respect.
We invite you to compare all costs before making those important decisions.
For peace of mind, the Mulhern staff provides meaningful services and pricing to meet any family's need.
Mulhern's, when you need us most.
Get big savings on everything under the tent during Ivan Smith Furniture's Giant Tent Event. We have over $500,000 worth of discontinued items, closeouts, and more, all drastically reduced and ready for you to take home. And there's more. Shop inside and you can get up to 3 years interest-free financing or save more, up to $1,000 now during our Buy More, Save More event. So hurry, hurry, hurry to the Giant Tent Savings Event going on now at Ivan Smith Furniture.
Need tips on how to stretch your dollar? How about advice on how to manage debt or answers to complex financial topics? Get these answers and more on Money Minute from Ouachita Valley Federal Credit Union. Mondays on NBC 10 News Today.
If you're going to make one call, make it count. Call Creed & Creed today.
Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar, sponsored by Homeland Bank. Now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Brianna Medina.
Fall weather once again. Our temperatures right now are in the mid to lower 50s. And the only reason why we are a little bit cooler is because that sun did go down. So basically today's weather was warm in the sun and cool in the shade. Right now Monroe is at 55 degrees. Ruston is at 52. Alexandria is at 54. And what is also cool are the dew points. The dew points are below 65 degrees, so there is no humidity and there is no saturated in the air right now. The dew point for Monroe is 48, Alexandria is 49, and Ruston is 49 as well. And the reason why we are still dry and cool is mainly because of this high pressure system that is sitting right above the Arctilus. Now, this high pressure system is associated with fair to nice weather because it is basically a cool, dry air mass, and that is what is stopping the usual humidity that comes from the Gulf and into the Arctilus. And so because of this high, we are seeing really nice weather, and that is going to continue for the next couple of days. However, we are going to be seeing an increase of some clouds, but that's going to just give us a little bit more shade from the sun. And then later on this week, there is going to be a slight chance of rain that is going to be coming off the Gulf. But again, that's not until later on this week, and those chances are very low. But for later on tonight, we are going to be seeing clear skies and little to no chance of rain. And for tomorrow as well, tomorrow our high is going to be 75 degrees, so we are going to be a little bit warmer than today. So we are going to be seeing our temperatures in the upper 70s as opposed to the lower 70s, but still very clear, cool, and dry, and little to no chance of rain. And it's not going to be until Wednesday when we see that small chance of rain, and that's going to be lingering within the end of the week and into the next weekend. But again, it's still a very slight chance, and we are also going to be warming up our temperatures into the lower 80s. But for the night, we are still going to be very, very cool, and our lows are going to be in the 50s pretty much for the rest of this week.
Wow. So when I went outside a second ago, I felt a cool breeze already.
Yes, just a bit, and that's going to continue for the rest of the week pretty much.
And I know it's cloud time.
Yes, it is our favorite time. So I did get another picture, this time from Beverly. Beverly sent us a stratocumulus cloud, which are low-level clouds that are below 6,500 feet in the air. And the reason why these clouds are so pink is because the sunset is reflecting onto the clouds.
Wow, that's a beautiful picture, and that's a beautiful picture of Beverly's home.
Yes, it is.
And it looks like cotton candy clouds.
Yes, another cotton candy cloud.
Wow. Well, coming up in sports, the Dallas Cowboys are on the road taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots in Foxborough, Massachusetts. We have all the highlights. Sports is next.
Jared Floyd, chief meteorologist of the Arctilus.
So what came first, the grilled cheese or the burger?
So you know the burger had to come first. You go back hundreds of years. Oh, cheese has been around hundreds of years, too.
Exactly. Okay.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger.
So...
Wow, this is a good debate.
So take advantage of our low payment sale going right now on Extreme Cars and Trucks. We'll have your choice of these 3 cars for $159 a month. You heard me right, only $159 a month. Come see us at 602 Cypress Street in West Monroe. Check us out online, extremecarstrucks.net or Facebook. Shh, our price is so low, we don't want our competition to know.
Hey, this is Dylan Mendoza with Legacy of Farmerville. And we all know that inventory is tough to come by right now. But I have exciting news for y'all today. We have trucks, and we have lots of them coming in by the truckloads weekly. So if you're looking for a GMC, Chevy, 1500 or 2500, you need to come check us out today. And we will even deliver to your doorstep. Go online to legacyfarmerville.com.
Have you seen foam lift concrete? With LevelTech, we can fix sinking concrete easily with polylevel foam. The foam fills the empty spaces under the concrete to raise it in place. No more tripping on sidewalk. Just call LevelTech. Level out that ugly concrete situation with polylevel foam from LevelTech. Raise your property value and decrease your chance of injury with level concrete. Don't replace it, raise it. Call LevelTech Foundation and Concrete Repair today for a consultation.
Reggie Nolan Insurance Agency has been serving the Arklamas for over 40 years. Veteran-owned and operated, we're still serving the Arklamas and those 65 years or older, or others who may be eligible. Give us a call today or stop by for one-on-one attention with your Medicare choices.
I definitely think mocha is an adult flavor.
Listen, the kids have their drink with candy.
Yeah.
I get my own drink.
This is our candy.
You know...
Espresso candy.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast. Espresso.
You say espresso?
Yes, I do.
Meteorologist Lexi Birmingham. Mornings on NBC 10 News Today. Now, your local sports with Dominique Williams.
Happy NFL Sunday, and how about them Cowboys? After that overtime thriller showdown up in Foxborough, Dallas Cowboys defeat New England Patriots 35-29. All right, with 20 seconds left, Cowboys were down 29-26. Greg Zuerlein drills the 49-yard field goal. Game will be tied here 29. We are heading into overtime. All right, overtime. Prescott finds a wide open CeeDee Lamb, who walks into the end zone for the 35-yard touchdown there. Jerry Jones loves it. Cowboy Nation loves it. And pretty much Cowboys take this win 35-29. The Cowboys have won now 5 in a row since they're opening their season with a loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Cowboys have a bye in Week 7 before playing at the Minnesota Vikings on Halloween Sunday. So Game 4 of the NBA Finals, WNBA Finals, took place Sunday. Chicago Sky rallied late to down Phoenix Mercury to win their first WNBA title. For 3.5 quarters Sunday, the Phoenix Mercury did almost everything right to send the WNBA Finals back to Arizona. Then the shots stopped falling, and the energy rose from a second consecutive sellout. Over 10,000 fans at Wintrust Arena. Allie Quigley scored 26 points, and Candace Parker added 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. Parker, who returned home to bring Chicago a championship, she did just that, leading the Sky to the franchise first title. This one, so sweet, quoted by the champion, the Champagne Soap, Parker said in their post-game conference.
Like, this one's so sweet. Like, to do it with this group, I love this group. I love this team. And to do it here at home, I mean, it's just like, it was almost all of those heartbreaks, like, it was just supposed to be, you know, today.
And let the confetti fall for the Chicago Sky's first WNBA title with the final 80-74 win over Phoenix. It is the first professional basketball championship for the city of Chicago since the Bulls' 6th NBA title in 1998. All right, College Game Day Saturday was full of upsets, and for us here in Northeast Louisiana, UNLM football grabbed a massive victory. The Warhawks understanding Saturday night's assignment, and that would be all eyes on Malik Willis. We take things late in the 4th, less than 2 minutes left, score is tied 28-28. At that point, UNLM attempting a 53-yard field goal to take the lead with about 1 minute left in the game, and guess what? It is good. UNLM 31-28 now. Another chance for that Heisman. Hopefully, Willis looks for a teammate and is intercepted by defensive back there, Mark Williams, for the Warhawks defense. UNLM gets the upset over the Liberty University 31-28. A last look at your forecast after the break. You're watching NBC 10 News.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture, celebrating 40 years of livable luxury.
Divine Wines in the Keg Package. Drive-thrus open. Doors open to 10 customers at a time. 15 flavors of frozen drinks. Hard-to-find wines and liquors. Delicious steaks from Louisiana Tech Farms.
So come see us at Divine Wines in the Keg Package.
670 Tarbutton Road, Ruston. New interchange off I-20 allows easy access. Call your order in. 318-255-8344. Serving the Ruston Grambling area for over 45 years. Are you tired of looking at your old ugly bathroom? Let Tubs by Grubs transform your bathroom for a lot less than you think. Due to certain circumstances, we have worked with lenders, and right now we are offering for a limited time financing with 12 months, 0 interest and 0 payments. That's right, no payments and no interest for 12 months. Instead of high interest after 12 months, this limited time offer converts into a low interest, low monthly payment. Call now for more details and ask about our virtual demonstrations, or go to tubsbygrubs.com. Hurry, call now 324-1232 for more details. Wound Ostomy Care Clinic of West Monroe, a unique approach to healing wounds and managing ostomies.
Get the 6-minute advantage with the live Storm Tracker Doppler radar on NBC 10, your weather station, sponsored by Homeland Bank. Where's your money?
Bankruptcy isn't what we do, it's all we do. Call Sam.
Follow us on the KTVE NBC 10 KARD Fox 14 Facebook page.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Get $2,000 purchase cash on 2021 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance.
See your Monroe El Dorado area GMC dealer. Maya Hudgens and Hunter Elise. Weekday mornings on NBC 10 News Today.
Last look at your 7-day forecast. The remaining of tonight is going to be clear, cool, and little to no chance of rain. And tomorrow as well, just a little bit warmer than today.
Cool temperatures coming.
Yes.
ULM homecoming this week.
Yes, they take on South Alabama.
Okay, well, that's it for us. Don't forget to check out the new 6:30 p.m. Fox show with Stephen Pappas starting tomorrow. As always, you can stay up to date at myarclemis.com. Good night.